Alright guys, hello, welcome to your next set of notes. Today we're going to be talking about characteristics of data displays, meaning center, spread, and shape is what we'll be talking about with this. Please make sure that you cut the pink sheet of paper out, glue it into your notebook, make sure you also date it. Please make sure you're not cutting off the title, otherwise you will have to write it. So if you want to cut it off and write it, that's perfectly fine, but make sure you always have a title on every page. So here we go. This is pretty simple, but it's something that if you don't remember it, it's tricky. So you do need to make sure you study it like you would study for a test. So with this, we have some key terms. We have our center. The center is measured by the median. We all know that the median is the middle number in a set of numbers. Therefore, the center is the median. That's just the way it's always going to work. The last couple days we've been talking about the spread because the spread is measured by the quartiles. Meaning in a box and whisker plot, we saw the spread of our numbers and how far apart things were spread based on those quartiles. There was 100%, 25, 50%. They were all spread apart. So that is your spread. You can also get things that deals with the shape. So we're going to add this in. Okay, the shape describes the distribution of numbers. So the shape describes the distribution of numbers. How is it distributed? So when we look at line plots, we look at histograms, we look at box and whisker plots. This is where we see things like it could be skewed left, it could be skewed right, or it could be symmetric. Now, symmetric means that it's the same on both sides, so it's pretty centered, it's pretty even. Skewed left means majority of the data is going to be on your left-hand side of the graph. Skewed right means the majority of the data is going to be on the right-hand side of your graph. So it's all based on what it looks like. You have to be able to, when you read data, be able to make conclusions about that data, and that is what this stuff is all for. Can you take that data and put it into word form? Because a lot of math, especially the older you get, is being able to put that data into word form. So right here, we have our characteristics to observe. Okay, you can observe the mean, which we all know, add all the numbers together, divide by how many there are. The range, how far spread apart they are. The quartiles, which is the spread of the data. The median is that middle number. The center is the median, which is that middle number. The spread is your quartiles. Interquartile range, we've been talking about the last couple of days. Quartile 2 minus quartile 1. And the number of pieces of data do also make a difference. Is there more? Is there less? The number of data pieces you have can make a difference in the data that you are talking about, and it does matter, especially depending on the type of project you guys have. So here, okay, this is the guided practice part. It says describe the data shown in the line plot using as many terms as possible from above. So what I want you to do, and you're going to do this on your own, is you are going to come up with as many pieces using these characteristics up above and the key terms down below. And then this is what, as a whole group, we will talk about together, is what could be written here. What do these characteristics mean? And you can talk about pretty much all of them. So you can say something about all of them. I want you guys to come up with 4 on your own. So 4. You have to have 4 pieces on your own, and then we will add in more as a class, and I will give you more, and we will talk about more together when we talk in our small groups. Okay? In our small groups, we'll also talk about, there's these 3 graphs. Let me zoom out. There'll be 3 graphs that we will look at. One will look something like this. One will look something like this. One will look something like this. So have those 3 graphs drawn, and we will discuss that those 3 graphs go back to that pink page, and this is what I mean by skewed left, skewed right, and symmetric. One of these is each of them. So when we talk about skewed left, skewed right, and symmetric, which one do you think is what? Use your pencil, write it down in case we have to erase it. But then we're going to talk about that as well as a little small group, what each one means, and then I'm going to give you a few more examples to do on your own so we can talk about the spread or the distribution of our data, what's skewed, what's not, what's in the center, things like that. So that's all the notes I have for you. It's very brief and simple. Please make sure you're titling every single page. And we will take notes the next day over population, sample, and bias, which should be another very short lesson. So get this done for tonight, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye.